how would you go about putting a relatively unknown meetings destination on the map? Well, I'm speaking to Jorge Franz from Visit Houston to find out. George, first of all, what key strategies did you use to get Houston far better known to the meetings industry?
Well, I'll tell you, I mean, the first thing for us was, to realize that we're not a top-tier destination. I mean, I think in the United States, Houston is a very well-known city, but when we started to look at the international associations market, there was no doubt that we were going to have to start by going to where the buyers are at. So we started very early on by going to IMEX in Frankfurt, by going to EIBTM in Barcelona. And then, of course, ICCA. ICCA became the biggest thing because we really didn't have a list of associations. We had no relationships with associations established outside of the United States. So the key was to get out there, really get out there and market the product. And I'll tell you, one of the things that we learned very quickly was that there was a huge advantage for us here because, first of all, we started doing this 5 years ago. And we realized very quickly that U.S. cities were not involved in this square, shall we say. So it was easy for us, to get involved, to become speakers in ICCA, to start putting some advertising during the conferences that would help show what Houston has to offer, and then to actually start working with the folks in the travel trade, with the magazines in the trade industry in Europe, as well as in Latin America. We shifted the focus of our agencies. We actually have representation agencies in Europe and Latin America and Mexico and Asia to actually start focusing on the MICE market more. And it's been a long process. I mean, so the thing was to just start showing up. I mean, I kind of laugh about that, but it really was that, just show up.
When we chatted earlier, you spoke about the importance of partnerships. Can you explain that?
Yeah, what I realized very quickly, and I think that a lot of European destinations have this problem in trying to get into the U.S. market. It's just not easy. I mean, associations just don't open the doors to you and say, hey, yeah, we want to go to the United States. You've really got to work it. And what we quickly realized is that, travel trade, or trade magazines, I should say, were important. How can we work jointly with a trade magazine to create an event that will draw clients that we wouldn't have access to. As of May this year, we were put into the Best Cities Global Alliance. That has been immensely helpful, and I think that Best Cities was the best way to go because Best Cities actually has a third party who actually certifies each destination as being able to meet the criteria that international meeting planners and PCOs and so forth are looking for. So becoming a member of the Best Cities Global Alliance was good, and that's another great partnership. We've recently signed a deal with Kennis Associations Worldwide, where we basically said, we are open. We want to work medical meetings. Houston has the largest medical center in the world, and Kennis does medical meetings. Why haven't we been talking? So that's been a really good deal, and anything else where basically I can get in front of somebody who can put us in front of these people, these planners, these PCOs that otherwise would be very difficult for me to reach.
George, can you give us some details of the facilities on the ground in Houston?
We're a big city, no question about it. Houston is the fourth largest city in the United States. It's basically New York, LA, Chicago, then Houston. And as such, we offer what you would find in any of those cities. I mean, we're talking about 72,000 hotel rooms in a very large area, two major convention centers, one called the George R. Brown Convention Center, which is slightly over 200,000 square meters of meeting space and breakout, and then Reliant Center, which is part of a larger complex called Reliant Park, which is where we host our largest annual conference, the Offshore Technology Conference. That conference actually draws about 90,000 people every year, of which about 20,000 are from over 90 countries. So we had already been working the international market, and this was a natural extension. Besides that, what European planners and what most planners are looking for is a tight package. So our downtown area has undergone a massive upgrade in the past 10 years. You're looking at about 5,000 hotel rooms within walking distance of the George R. Brown Convention Center. You've got one convention center hotel currently that has 1,200 rooms, which is connected by skywalk into the convention center. We put a park in front of our convention center, which before was just parking lot. So a lot of upgrades to the infrastructure. And now we've just announced that we will be putting a second convention center hotel in 2016, which will be completed in 2016 for the downtown package. So by 2016, you're looking at 6,000 rooms within walking distance of the convention center. And additionally, there's the fact that you need to have good air access. And our airport has actually undergone a massive upgrade. We're now offering nonstop service to 183 destinations around the world. And this includes a lot from Europe, including nonstop flights from London, Paris, Amsterdam, well, and I should sort of move out from there too, Doha, Dubai, Tokyo. So all the big destinations around the world that you would want to have. We also have United Airlines' largest hub in Houston. And that hub is connected to every major Latin American capital except for Santiago. So we are, when we look at the model for Houston, we also know that many associations are looking to grow their membership in Latin America, and we happen to have very good access to that. And, you know, that gets into the whole how do we work with associations thing, which is a different model for Houston.
You said you've really only been pushing Houston as a key meetings destination for the last 5 years. What drove that initiative?
You know, Houston has done a good job. We have a very strict measurement system for how to count business. We can't turn in a letter of intent when we go back to our board or anything. We actually have to have signed contracts in order to get credit for the business. And so we tend to have to really go look for where the business is at, a lot more than maybe some other destinations might, because the number is going to look smaller when you look at it on paper, because we can't just say, hey, yeah, they said yes, and we're okay. So for us, it was crucial to figure out, okay, where are they going to be the key markets? And the truth is that U.S. business is not going away. They're going to continue to meet. They're going to have East Coast meetings, West Coast meetings, Central United States. And we have an entire team that is still doing that. What's different about Houston is that I've been tasked with organizing an international team that is only going to bring meetings that are based outside of the United States or that follow the ICCA criteria for the meetings market. So that's the big difference. And we're hoping that this will have enough of an incremental impact on our sales that we will definitely be able to show more of a return than, say, other cities in the United States. So that's kind of where the basics of it is at.
Jorge Franz, thanks for speaking to us.